Good morning, Harry. So my name is Jodie from the Legal Eagles firm here in Cairns. I was just wondering if you're here for your 15-minute consultation today.
Yep, I'm here to talk about how I wasn't a beneficiary in my father's will. He passed away recently, and I wanted advice on how I can claim that I'm his son and I should be in the will.
Okay, all right. So just before we get started, I'm just going to need to get some details from you, and I'm going to need to verify your identity because obviously we won't, I won't be able to get any more further information until I just make sure that we've got those things out of the way. So can I just please confirm your full name?
Harry Thompson.
Excellent. So I'm just going to take some notes. If I'm looking down, please just making some writing your details down here. What is your address?
I live in Queensland.
Okay, and your contact phone number?
I don't have that on me at the moment. I lost my phone.
Oh, okay. Do you have an email address?
Yeah, I do. I'll send it to you.
Okay, not a problem. And do you have a copy of your driver's license today? I'll just get that from you just quickly before we start, and I'll get my secretary to make a photocopy of that if that's okay.
Yep, you want me to send that to you as well?
Yes, please.
Yep, will do.
Okay, well, now that we know who you are, so you've stated that you have been left out of your father's will, is that correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, what is your father's name?
I actually don't remember.
Okay. When did he pass away?
About 2 months ago, unfortunately. He died last September, but I found out 2 months ago.
Okay, so you only found out 2 months ago. Right, okay, that's interesting. All right, so when he passed away, was he married?
Yes, he not to my mother, to his new wife.
Okay. So he was your biological father?
Yes.
Okay. Now his new wife, how long had he been married to her for?
I don't know. I never really met her.
Okay, hadn't met before. So were you living in the same residence, anywhere close to him when he passed away?
I was living in Brisbane and he was living in Cairns.
Okay, not a problem. Do you have any siblings?
No.
No, okay, so were you his only child?
Yes.
Excellent. Why do you think he left you out of the will?
He saw me as weak and a disappointment.
Okay, what gave you that impression?
That's what his wife told me because I asked her why I wasn't at the funeral.
Right, okay, so that was told to you by his wife, his new wife. Right, so when you said you found out 2 months ago, how did you find that out?
I kept on ringing him. I talked to my cousin because I found out 2 years ago he had a brain tumor and I get updates, but then I try and contact him and I never got anywhere, and my cousin went away, so he wasn't the contact, and then my father and I kept on ringing my father's residence, and then his wife picked up his phone and just told me what happened.
Okay, so wife eventually told you that he had passed away after you had made numerous attempts at contact, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. When she told you he'd passed away, what was her demeanor like?
I never really got much of a vibe other than just informing me. It seems as though she didn't want to talk to me.
She's very, very cold.
A bit. She just said that he passed away and told me I wasn't invited to the funeral because I didn't want to be an embarrassment in front of his Navy colleagues.
Okay, so he's had a long-standing career in the Navy. Right, so when you say you hadn't spoken to him for a while, what do you mean by a while? Was it just leading up to like him being hospitalized with the brain tumor, or, you know, had it been a little while before that?
So it was about 13, it was strained. And
Your age of 13?
My mother and father weren't married, and they were separate. I was young and visit my father, and then the visits would stop. And when I was 13, because he thought I was an embarrassment and I wasn't living up to his expectations, he wanted me to go into the Navy, but I didn't want to.
Right. So did you try to keep in contact with him over the years? Okay. How did you do
that? Well, I just wasn't over the years. It was about a couple times a year, and then when I found out he had the brain tumor, it was more frequent that I tried to contact him. So our relationship was quite strained.
Up until, say, the last 12 months?
Yeah.
Okay. And how, so was it your cousin that told you he had the brain tumor?
Yes. Okay. My cousin informed me that it was aggressive, and I sent flowers to my father when I found out, and chocolate, and I asked him to contact me.
Okay, so you attempted to make contact then. Okay, so did he reciprocate that? So when you sent him the flowers and the chocolates, did you receive anything back?
No.
Okay, so where did you send them to his residence?
Yes.
Okay. And did you write any letters, or was it just flowers and chocolates and a letter?
I asked a note asking for him to contact me.
Yep. How old are you now?
I am 25.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, nearly 25.
Is your mother still alive?
Yes, she lives in New South Wales, and she comes up to visit me and my partner occasionally.
Okay, so has she had any contact with your father at all over the years, or was he
not
to you both?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so since the estrangement, so obviously it started when you said at the age of 13. How long was he still supporting you and your mother after they separated?
Never really spoke to my mum about it, because our relationship also got estranged when I was about 15.
Okay.
I did some bad decisions.
Okay. So you were estranged, say, due to some poor choices by yourself. Have you tried to mend that relationship?
We mended it about 20 when I was 21.
Okay.
My partner encouraged me to rebuild my relationship with my mother, and we enjoy a nice relationship now.
No, that's really
always good to encourage me to. My partner encouraged me to do it for my father, and I tried. Unfortunately, didn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So at 15, so you've been estranged from your mother. So were you still living with your mother at that time?
Yes, I was, and I left home when I was 18.
Okay, left home at 18. So after that time, have you been supporting yourself?
From 18 onwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do for work?
For the moment, I run a garden maintenance business. I have a permanent housing with my partner, and she works full-time as an optometrist.
Okay, maintenance business. Is business doing well?
It's been doing well, quite well.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Now, do you happen to have any information about the value of your father's estate?
I am aware that I don't know the value of this unit that he owns in Brisbane. I do know he's likely to have a large Navy pension. I know he owns a BM5W series, but I'm unaware if it's jointly owned with his mother. I know he owns a house in Cairns with his current wife. I know he owns a boat. I don't know how large it is. I don't know the value. That's all I really know about him.
Okay, so you don't happen to have a copy of the will or know who the executor is?
His executor is my uncle, which is his brother, William Thompson.
William Thompson, okay. No problem. And do you have a copy of that will? Sorry, I think I asked that already.
Don't. No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay, that's right. So are you the only, sorry, other than yourself being left out of the will, do you know who any of the beneficiaries are?
Only his wife, Jemima.
Okay, sorry, what was her name?
Jemima, Jemima.
Jemima. Same last name as your father?
I believe so, yes.
Okie dokie. Do you know her address, which is your father's house?
I just know they live in Cairns.
Okay, not a problem. Do you yourself have any dependents? Any children?
No, don't have any children.
Okay, no children at all. Excellent. Okay, so I think I've got everything I need at the moment. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give you 100% advice, although it does appear that there is a possibility to make a claim. However, we will probably need to apply to the courts because there is a time limit. And because you've said that he has passed away, we are going to, if you do decide to go ahead when you receive my letter of advice, we are going to have to initially file with the courts for what is called an out-of-time application. So we're going to put forward some reasons as to why we would need an extension on time. And I think you've given me quite a few here, but I will address all of that in the letter and make it a little bit more formal. So then when you receive all of that information, because I'll also need all the information we just discussed with your full name, address, date of birth, and a copy of your driver's license or passport if you have it. If not, birth certificate or 18+ ID card would be amazing. Then we can open a file for you, and if you give us the go ahead, I'll give you the full letter of advice, and we will give you the next step in starting in proceedings.
Of course, okay? That sounds good. I do wish to proceed. I will send you all that information.
Excellent. So second, I send all the information. So when you receive that letter, you will have all of our contact information, my direct email address, and also a line to the firm. So if you have any questions or concerns or anything else that you think of in the meantime, you might be able to get some, a copy. If you happen to get a copy of the will, all of that sort of stuff really helps. Any copies of the letters, phone calls, any evidence that supports your trying to mend the relationship with your father, that will help us greatly as well. So once I've got all that together, if you can, in the background, maybe have a look for some of that so we can prepare to go ahead, that would be amazing.
Of course, thank you.
Not a problem at all. Well, I hope you have a good day, and I will be in touch very shortly.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Thanks, Harry. Bye.
Bye, Jodie.